Hello, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Seth Weiner, and I am your Rocktioneer. You're tuned into Coffee Connections, insights from innovators in the Atlanta nonprofit world. We've got a great guest today. Before I get into that, I want everyone to know that you can go to coffeeconnections.live to see all of our 36, I think, episodes. And we're starting to book out the next couple months, and I'm very excited to share with you all about that. So go to coffeeconnections.live. Now, today, we're being whoops, I pressed the wrong button there. Today we're being joined by Arelious Cooper, who is with Art in the Park. Now, Art in the Park.
Hey,
Aurelius is the executive director of Art in the Park, Art in the Paint. I said Park, excuse me. Art in the Paint. Now, they're a nonprofit with a mission to renovate public outdoor basketball courts and install large-scale works of art to strengthen communities, promote safety, inspire creativity, and encourage play. Cooper is also known as Coop, a Southwest Atlanta native and a Westlake High School graduate. He's worked in the NBA as well as played and coached in multiple countries, including the Dominican Republic, Spain, France, and Taiwan. He is a former Fulton County Youth Commissioner and the current owner of 2 developmental basketball franchises. So, folks, please welcome to the show. Let's go ahead and get everything set up properly here. There we go. Coop, how are you?
I'm well. How you doing today?
Oh, man. It's the day is flying by. I don't know how it's. I thought it was Wednesday, but it's Thursday, so that should go tell you.
Yeah.
I saw you had a coffee mug there. Do you drink coffee?
No, I don't, but I'm going to start drinking coffee. I actually am in a cohort with a plywood place, and there's a young lady who makes Indian coffee. And it
Indian
sounded,
coffee.
man, her marketing pitch was so good. I have to start trying to drink coffee. So I don't even think she has a name for her product yet, but I will start drinking coffee soon.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever experienced Indian coffee, or maybe I haven't. I'm just unaware of it. So you don't drink
I will
coffee.
make sure I get you some.
Down. I tell you what, we're both in Atlanta. We'll go to this place at some time when it's once again safe, which hopefully is soon. We're getting
Yes.
there. We're getting there. We're definitely on the. I'm hoping we're coming down from the mountain. It feels like we are, but it's also a very, very high mountain.
Right. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day and go to the gym.
Wow.
And I had coffee once, and it made my cardio really quick. So I don't really drink coffee. I have a nice mug and I put water in it, but not a coffee drinker yet. But maybe I can be exposed to some.
Well, I mean, if you're getting up at going to the gym at 4 a.m, I don't think you need to do much more. I mean, that's impressive. What time do you go to bed at night?
About 10 p.m.
Okay, but still though, that's intense. Well, that's great. Well, do me a favor. I'm going to go ahead and hand the screen over to you. Please tell everybody about Art in the Paint.
Okay. Art in the Paint is my baby. Long story short, I was running up Stone Mountain one day. I was tired. I had a good run. Wasn't too fast, wasn't too slow. I felt super accomplished when I got to the top. I saw the Instagram models taking pictures, all the people having a good time, and I started to walk down the mountain. I got to the bottom, and a lady told me the history of the mountain, and she pointed to the gentlemen who were on the side of it, and it really spoke to me because that was a long time ago, but that's still a monument. And my first thought was, man, I hope they take that down. And I was thinking in a really destructive place. Then I was like, why not build my own monuments? Why not go to my neighborhood and do something positive that can have the same impact? So I reached out to a park I used to play at and said, hey, can we put a mural on your basketball court? They said, what? Why would you do that? And we ended up going out there, painting a mural. The kids loved it. We got basketballs that looked like the mural, uniforms looked like the mural, all that cool stuff. So I was like, I should really do this to bring community pride back. So that's how I started Art in the Paint.
That's awesome. I mean, it's a simple story. that really, and that's what's amazing. All these nonprofits, it just takes that one thing to say, well, you know what? This is the way I can address it, or in this case, paint it. I'm going to pull up this graphic here. I put this on the video. I pulled this online. So this is an example of something you've all done. That's the then. This is the now. Talk about this project here a little bit.
That actually was the first court. So
oh, no way.
Okay. Yeah, that was the first court. I remember going to the court and thinking, man, I feel bad for the people who have to play there. And I went with the organization called Love Beyond Walls. Terrence Lester, really cool guy. He brought some resources there. And I always remembered this court, and I was like, man, I really want to make it look better. So I reached out to the property manager, and they had a group of kids. I think about 30 teenagers that weren't doing anything. So we reached out to them, and they joined us in painting the court. So it was just like a really cool experience to see the community actually come together and get involved in the project.
Yeah.
And it showed me something interesting. I don't know if you have questions, but I wanted to share this.
Yeah, share.
One of the coolest things was we started painting and they started posting. So once they started posting, other organizations reached out to us that had resources that were not about paint. We had food boxes. We had people registering voters. We had just all kinds of cool things that came from us painting that court. So it was just a really cool experience. Yeah,
well, when you put good out into the world, it comes back. I mean, that means you just blatantly, it's right there. When you take notice of those things, you put a little bit out and a lot comes back. It's a beautiful thing. But looking at this, I'm going to bring this up again. I mean, who's the artist behind it? Now, painting is one thing, paint between the lines and stuff. But how did you get the art part done? Who came in and did that?
There's a gentleman named Chose. He's a really, really, really good young artist. I think he's from Memphis, Tennessee, and he lives in Atlanta. He's a really cool guy. He came in. We had to struggle and negotiate his price, but the kids were able to set up the background and do all of the stuff around and the priming and all that. We had a construction company come in, level everything off, and the artist Chose came out and did the artwork.
Now, is it the same artist for every mural, or are you commissioning all different artists?
No, what we try to do is find artists that are in the community, artists that are within a 5-mile radius of the site.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That way they can have a sense of pride about what they're doing.
No, that's amazing. So, and you get these folks. How do you find the artists in these areas?
Half the time they find us. So, we have a big visual project. So usually when we put something on Instagram, we get 5 or 6 artists a day that want to volunteer their services to help out.
Now, folks, you can go to artinthepaint.org, but what's your Instagram account?
It's Art in the Paint IG. I'm not the most creative in making these things, so it's just Art in the Paint IG.
And how much time is this taking? How much time are you putting into this, say, a week?
This is my only job right now. This is all I do.
So you're not coaching at this point anymore?
No, a lot of I coach internationally. So a lot of those places were shut down. Like a lot of those seasons haven't started.
Oh, that makes sense. I didn't think about that. And then how many paintings have you done in the time of COVID? So since last March?
We actually didn't start until I think we got our 501c3 in June 11th. And from June
I didn't realize that.
From June 11th until December 31st, we did 3 murals.
Gotcha. Okay. I thought you were established for a while. The way Riani from 3D Girls Inc. Described you, I was like, oh, this is going on for a while. I didn't realize you were that fresh.
No, essentially, I've been doing work in the community for about 20, 25 years.
Uh-huh.
Like like you saw in my bio, I was a
Right,
Fulton
right.
County Youth Commissioner. But I didn't start my own organization and get a 501c3 until during COVID times.
Wow, okay. That's amazing. And so one could say art in the paint. The paint is very fresh. It's wet paint here.
Very much so. Very much so.
What's your current project? What location?
We have not confirmed it, but we are up for a project in the Pittsburgh community. There's a park called Pittman Park. I want to say Pittsburgh has been around since 1883,
Oh
and
wow.
they've been having some challenges with, of course, gentrification and gang violence. So what we want to do is come in and take elements of the community's history and bring this to life on the court, utilizing their community colors, the community name, and everything, and just put it together. Have the youth and some of the working groups in the community help paint the court, and hopefully they'll look at it as something to take pride in.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about that. They definitely will. So it's amazing. It's not just making it's not just beautifying the court, but it's really bringing people together with a sense of purpose and connectivity. There, that's wonderful. Now, what about other organizations? As this organization grows, do you plan on maybe bringing other organizations to do projects together, or is that something that's down the future? What's the
Yeah,
future look like for you?
yeah. Like for instance, I'm actually in Raylani from 3D Girl's office right now.
Ah,
I'm
okay. I
literally
see the ink in the
sitting
back, so
in.
that makes sense.
Yeah, I get to sit in the big chair. I'm cool today. But there's an organization called I'm a Father First. They have a program called Meals of Love. Um, where we're going with this is we're going to start basketball leagues centered around our courts. So now, if you register your kid into a basketball league, you'll know that they'll have meals, they'll have tutoring, and they'll have mentorship. So
That's
we're
fantastic.
partnering with out, yeah, we're partnering with outside organizations to make sure all of that is super accessible for kids. And I'm walking around a little bit, so I have some stuff I can show you. But
Yeah, yeah. Here, let me. And
let's
as you're
see.
doing that, I mean, is this something that Boys and Girls Club may get involved with in the future?
I hope so. I hope so. Especially Boys and Girls Club is one of my favorite organizations. I love how they work, and we would love to partner with them. This is an example of a jersey.
Oh, I like
You
it.
see it?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
see how it says firm?
Uh huh.
Um, that is for one of our courts that has power and peace in it. This is another jersey, same design. It says doctors, and let's see. The last one I'll show you has what is this? Engineers. So one of the things that we do is we try to empower the kids and get them into learning better,
Mm-hmm.
figuring out some of their challenges so they can go into careers one day. For example, if I'm looking at the Atlanta Hawks, I love the Hawks. They're a great organization. They do great work. But the
Mm-hmm.
kids in my community, they're not going to grow up to be a Hawk, but they can be a lawyer, they can be a doctor, they can be an engineer. So we try to
Right.
put that on our uniforms and in our programming. The uniform that says firm, that's referring to a law firm. Like we want to really
Yeah.
get the kids going. And here's an example of our
Let me close
basketball
up
that
on
goes
that
with the
too.
court as
Hang on a
well.
second. Oh, I love the basketballs. That's great.
Yeah,
So you would say
we have a
you're a
court that
believer
says,
in the power of words, then, huh?
yeah, power of words and the power of messaging. I would say goes even further.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine, imagine you're a kid in an area that nobody gives any attention to, and one day you look out, there's a beautiful mural on your basketball court, Then you go to sign up for your basketball league. Your uniforms look like the mural. Someone's telling you that you can be a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer instead of just being a basketball player, or there are other not so pleasant careers that people tell kids that they're going to end up doing in those types of neighborhoods. So I think the overall messaging piece and being able to inspire people through sport and art has always been something that's near and dear to me.
Yeah. Well, the idea of mentorship, the way it shows its best, I always found is through music and arts in general, be it sports, be it arts. Those two, those two are such landmarking places, right? For mentorship, because
Right.
you get the opportunity to be surrounded by so many other folks that are all different age groups, etc. And so that's great, and I love the idea of bringing everyone to these courts and really making a difference. Now, those of you that don't live in Atlanta, you probably don't know this, but it's kind of like an unwritten thing, but Atlanta is the city of murals. I mean, did you notice that? Like, isn't it like I think we have more murals here. Mm-hmm. It's like fountains in Italy, murals in Atlanta.
Yeah, I agree. Now, Atlanta and I would say randomly Pittsburgh are like the homes of just murals everywhere.
Uh-huh. So everywhere you go. Now, what about like you have influence. You've been in the NBA. You've coached all these folks. Do you have ballers that come and participate as well, or are you going to bring some of your celebrity friends to help drive this forward?
Yeah, we have a partnership with the league called the Universal Basketball Association (UBA). Mm-hmm. I actively own a men's team and a women's team in the league. And the league is in, I want to say, 17 states. We also have 4 international tournaments that we partner with as well. So we're able to do courts in other countries as well.
That's awesome. Now, to do these courts, it's got to cost some money to be able to do this. Where are you getting your funding for all the art supplies, etc.?
Well, so far it's been GoFundMe. Actually, we had one of my friends is actually a Grammy nominated producer. Oh, and cool. Not only did he sponsor a whole court by himself, he also came out and worked on it for 4 days, which is like the ultimate in love right there. But I think just different organizations have helped us out, but primarily we've been doing GoFundMe, and small businesses have been helping us.
That's awesome. And folks, I encourage you to go to artinthepaint.org and make a donation and contribute. And maybe you're a small business and you want to get involved, or a large business. Artinthepaint.org is where to go, and definitely consider making a donation there.
Yes. I apologize. I'm looking for a cord. My phone is running out of battery.
Oh, no worries.
But I'm still here.
So it's great. It's wonderful things you've got going on. It's I look forward to seeing where this organization goes, and I wish you all the best of luck. Is there anything that we didn't talk about that you want to bring up here and as we close things out?
Oh man, I have an interesting story for you.
Yeah. Wait. Hold on. Let's. I'd love to hear.
I was talking to my godson. I was talking to my godson, and the old story of Michael Jordan getting cut from his high school team, where he got cut and then he came back and he was like the greatest player ever, or whatever.
Was he? No, I'm kidding.
I'm talking to my 9-year-old god. I'm talking to my godson. I say, what would happen if Jordan would have quit? And he says, well, we wouldn't have Space Jam. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. That's what you take from this man's whole career. And it hit me. He's never seen that guy play basketball. He's seen the movie, and that's what matters to him. So it made me think back to that very first court. When we went out, we were able to paint the court. We were able to feed about 300 people. we were able to register about 120 voters, and we were able to do a couple of other cool things. We set out to do one thing, and I think we're going to leave an impact in a whole different way just by being able to connect people. So that just really stuck out with me. That's my organization, Space Jam.
I love it. And yeah,
Yeah.
you set out to do something. I always, so one of the lessons I always give folks when I do lectures for like college students and stuff, I'm always telling folks, don't worry about what you end up doing. Like, that's not it. Just go out there and go do something and do it well, because when you go and do it well, you will find what it is you are meant to do or you want to do. Because when you start doing it, the picture starts, the paint settles and you see the full picture, and opportunities will start coming your way. And it's the same with this. You start doing this, and it's like you set to just do one thing, and then all of a sudden you realize, well, that one thing wasn't the thing. That one thing made all that other stuff happen, and all that other stuff is the thing. So that's it. I think you got a great story going on, and I personally will be keeping up with the organization as you grow, and I hope that you've got my email, so please keep me on your newsletter. Let me know what's going on. And again, I'm going to direct folks to your website, artinthepaint.org.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure having you on today. And before you go, I ask all of my guests to recommend a future guest. Is there someone that you'd recommend that's an innovator, that has insights to offer in the nonprofit community here in Atlanta, to be on Coffee Connections?
There is a gentleman named Fred Hope, who I've been coaching basketball with for about 15 years. And he's amazing. He coaches about 6 or 7 teams. He knows every kid in the community. Like, anytime I go somewhere with them, kids just surround him. So I'll definitely be getting you his info.
That's wonderful. I appreciate that. And I just think this is great. I could just see some other organizations saying, hey, we want to do a community project, or even like a school, or just like there's so much opportunity to do stuff. And I love how you're connecting with all the different local artists. And I imagine if a local artist wants to get a hold of you, artinthepaint.org is where to go. I really hope this spreads and just keep up the good work. It's a pleasure chatting with you today.
We hope to be able to do something for All-Star Weekend. We'd love to do a big service project for All-Star Weekend, and there's nothing cooler than having a basketball court, because you can look at it 10 years from now and it's still there.
Oh, yeah.
You can actually see what you've done, and it stays with the community. So, yeah.
Well, that's
one thing
great.
I want to say, and this is just random, I was thinking about it. I grew up playing youth sports in Atlanta. I'm about 6 feet, 6'1", about 240 pounds. So I'm pretty big. So it's one of those things where, as a youth athlete, you're either used as a tool or a weapon. And with Art in the Paint, our hope is to be able to help kids to be utilized as an instrument. Just to kind of project all the good things in their community, instead of just, oh, we won a game, or, oh, we beat you. We're able to show the more human side of athletes as well. Yeah,
no, I like that. I really do. I could also see where it's two teams come together to do one thing together. It's like, we might play ball and be against each other, but we play ball on this court. We share this court. Let's show the court some love.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Well, I'll be going to your website because I want one of those basketballs for my son. I think that is an awesome looking basketball.
I'll make sure I get you one. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, thanks so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day. And folks, we'll see you next Tuesday right here on Coffee Connections.
Thank you.